Hi guys, so welcome back to Webster Plays Games. Last time we left off, we just set up a load of pretty large projects, and I didn't make you sit through them because frankly it took ages. I left the game running for about 5 cycles yesterday. I had to intervene to stop a couple of disasters, which I'll walk you through now. But yeah, you wouldn't have thanked me for leaving that streaming. So we put some barriers and sluice gates in here because the intent was bad tides were cumulative on this map, so if you had a few bad tides in a row this would gradually get more and more and more polluted, so we're working on separating that out. So over here we put these 5 sluice gates in, and we set up 4 sluice gates here with the intent that the bad tide would go out this side, the good water would go out this side because there's no water source all over here, and we'll gradually end up with clean water. It wasn't entirely straightforward because once over here we had a bad tide and it started flowing down here, this couldn't cope with the capacity, so I had to widen this quite a bit, and I put an overflow in over here because even though the water was draining, up around here was still staying as bad, it wasn't getting flushed away. So that was like a little release valve and helped to get the bad water out. We had sufficient flooding that this is still pretty bad. Also, when it's running, the water comes in here and immediately goes out of there, so this is quite stagnant. I think it will clear up in time. Now we've solved the problem of bad water going in there, even if it's just for evaporation, but it is taking longer than I would hope. Yeah, we're a bit early in the game for this kind of project. We just didn't have the capacity, didn't have the stockpiles built up that I would have liked. But every single time we had a bad tide, it was just getting worse and worse and worse, where we started losing crops on both sides because the concentration was getting too high. And because we had such a high volume of water in here, it just wasn't clearing at all. So we built in these walls to concentrate the bad water in here so that when the bad tide ends, it all gets flushed out nicely. And I've stopped it. Look, we're nearly finished. And we've just had a drought as well, which means it's perfect timing really, because it's never quite as clean as it is after a drought. So we've got less bad water to get rid of. I did have to let more bad water down here than I wanted to, but we had a few occurrences where this pump was just not in the water anymore and we couldn't afford to have that, so I was letting it through at like 10, 15, 20% sometimes just to keep it topped up. So I've got these gates just set to 0 to drain off, because you can see there's still quite a lot of contamination in the water coming off. But once we get this sorted and once this is a bit cleaner, because it's never been contaminated enough to affect anything, it's just probably lowering the efficiency of this pump quite a lot. So once this is run clearer, we'll raise these up to like just below their maximum height, so we keep as much clean water in here as possible. So that should mean that this is always clean. This area around here is always clean, because all the bad will go that way, all the good will come this way. This will alternate between clean and bad, and this should also be clean. So yeah, let's get things running again and we can watch them finish this big project off, and then we can address something that's been a problem for a little while, which is our power situation. As you can see, even with the wind blowing and the wheels going, we're never quite producing as much power as we need. A lot of that's to do with these two running. These are 200 horsepower each, but we needed the dirt. See all this building with even with 2 running, we've only got 71 dirt. So we'll leave them running for a little while, get our stockpiles back up once this is finished, because this was a lot of dirt. You can see I've got some scaffolding left here. I actually had to build it all the way around just to get it done because it was taking forever, just one block at a time. Here we go. Who's this little guy here? Napoku. Napoku. He's finished it. Good job. Absolute hero. Now that means I can't watch down here because when Absolute Hero dies of old age, I'll be sad. But yeah, so now we've got this contained. So you can see these are open. We've just got the clean water coming through, which is going to gradually push all the bad water out of here. We're not going to let any more bad water in there. We're down to 6%. I'm a little bit concerned that we might end up in a situation where the balance... Oh, it's down to 1% already. Nice. Where these close before these are ready to open. But I think because it's such a long channel down there, we're more likely to end up with them both open until... because this area will get cleaned because the water sources. We've got some right across this edge. So hopefully they'll be pushing the bad water down. So if we get any bottleneck at all, it'll be in this channel. And both open is obviously better than both closed. Cool. Can I finally stop worrying about water? And food. Yeah, we've been... because we're producing so much dirt, we've had quite a lot of injured beavers. We've only got 6 at the moment, but we've been running at about 13 to 15 injured beavers. Which meant my hauliers over here have been down to like 2 at certain points. That really affected my efficiencies. So our grilled potatoes were dropping, just because the grillers, were having to go and get their own potatoes because there's no hauliers available. And the same with bread. I think that's purely because the haulers haven't been available to be running backwards and forwards with the flour and things, so the baker's been having to do it. In an effort to address that, I did actually build another grill. What do you call someone who works in a grill? A griller? That can't be right. Let me know. Yeah, I set up, got this in place so we can flatten this out a little bit and take the top off. I didn't blow it yet because I thought I might as well do that on stream. A little bit of explosion. Do we start at the corner or do we start at the middle? I'm going to start at the middle for this one. Let's go. Such a clever little mechanic making them all explode in sequence. I like to imagine the developer that came up with that little grin on their face when instead of exploding all at once they just made them blow up in sequence. There's a little win for the day. Of course it does mean we've now got these water storages in just random positions. But I might... yeah, I might invest in a large, because we've not even unlocked the large tank yet. Because I was a little bit concerned about our metal situation. But yeah, I might unlock a large tank, get one of those down, then we can clear some space up here. Something else that did happen, we ran out of scrap metal on this level. And initially, when I started building this, I put these ladders down and I had levees set up to be built all the way around because I thought I was going to have to drain the swamp to be able to mine this. But even as they were building the levees, my guys started coming down here and hacking away underwater. So I was like, cool. So I scrapped the levees. So as long as I've kept this clean, miraculously we didn't get a single unwell beaver, even though we had all this random flooding going on over here. But flooding over here, and this was getting contaminated and then clean, then contaminated and clean. So I did plant a few daffodils just to be on the safe side. Daffodils? Dandelions. Oh, should be able to plant daffodils. Daffodils pretty. But we never needed them, which is why, just as well, because I didn't unlock the herbalist. See, that's still locked down here, and I didn't make any paper. I didn't want to build anything else that required power while we were still struggling so much. But that's what we're going to be doing today. Oh, also laid a little bit of dynamite here, with the intent of sorting this area out a little bit, giving us some breathing room. That is very slow when you're not running on 3 times speed. Boom, boom. Of course, now I've done that, I can't actually reach to put the other dynamite in, but that's okay. I think we'll clear this, because then we won't need those stairs or that platform. Oh, because of the windmill, I can't put dynamite down. I feel like what's limited by the windmills is really arbitrary, because I could put a platform there. I could put a platform in, happy as anything, next to the windmill, and then a beaver can stand on top of the platform. And can I put a path on that? Oh no, I can't put a path. That's the difference. I couldn't work out why it would let me put a platform, but it won't let me put ladders. And that's because I can put a platform down, but they can't actually stand on top of the platform. If I do that, can I put an impermeable floor on it? Oh no, so you can't put anything. I'll stop complaining. That's been a real bugbear of mine for a while, and it wasn't until literally just then that I realised what the issue was. Huh. Okay, so power tower time. We need more windmills. We can't keep relying on this because at some point I want this to be fresh water as well. And the only water source in here is a bad water source. So we need to isolate this and be feeding our clean water down from somewhere else, probably over here. Like block this up and change this into an inlet so this gets filled with fresh water. Which means we need to block this and we can't rely on these power wheels anymore. So we're going to need a wind farm and we're going to need a power tower. And I'm going to go all out on this power tower, because we're going to be using the overhangs. So I'm going to build the standard power tower up using platforms, get my stairs up there, get a vertical power shaft up the middle, and then instead of just sticking like 4 gravity batteries on top, we're going to go crazy and we're going to have platforms sticking out in a giant pier off the top of our platform. And we're going to have a bunch of power towers on there. The problem with that is I'm going to get to a point and I'm going to build my platforms out and then I'm going to realise it's too high and I can't get my power towers on, and then I've got to delete it all and start again. But it's all part of the fun. Is there anything I need to take care of? Right, I don't think we need both of these running, because we're not going to be doing a great deal of terraforming. So we'll stop one of those for now. Try and keep the number of injured beavers down. Which means we can unlock that, because that uses 200 horsepower as well, so it's a pretty fair trade-off. Pause that, start that. Because although we've got 18,000 science, that disappears very quickly once you start playing with overhangs. So I'm going to need 3,000 for the big overhang, another 1.8 for the 5x1, and we've not unlocked the gravity battery yet, and they're only 400, but still. And if we're building a wind farm, a large windmill, so when you deal with the thousands of science, you think you've got plenty. You have not. So we'll just keep that on the uptick. Get rid of those. Absolute slow motion. Which means we don't need these. Oh, don't delete that. Get rid of that. Oh, where was that going? Oh, I think at some point we had something not built. Oh yeah, because now I've isolated this by accident. So these 2 wheels are powering all of those, and these wheels are powering and the windmills are powering everything else. Yeah, so this was linking the 2 systems, so I've just severed the link. So I shall put that back in. Just looking to see if there's a more sensible way or more efficient way to put it in now we've got space. But however you look at it, you've still smashed a power thing straight across the centre of you. So put those there where they can get it, minimise it. Because even if I went straight all the way across here, I'm just using Actually, this exact same number of logs, but more tiles. So it's a long trek all the way over here, but I do want the base of our tower to be as low as possible. So we'll probably get them. Yeah, we've got a plank storage here. So we'll probably come around in this direction, have a little pier going out, build up our power tower. Oh, we are going to have to build a platform all the way across just for the power shafts. Logistics. Or do I keep it closer to home and just blast a massive pit? Okay. It feels like overall. Oh, because I can't even just make it 3 by 3. I need to make it big enough the batteries go down as well. Oh, that's quite a big hole. No, we'll take the hit. We'll come all the way over here to begin with. Keep it out of the way. Because we're going to have stuff going on over here anyway, because at some point I want to build a bad water rig. And if I've already got things going on down there, if I build the pier in the right place, I can also use that to build down for the bad water rig. So we've got these two down here. Because it's tempting to build the power tower over here, but then I've got to feed the power all the way back down there. At some point we'll have to ring fence this, so we've got like a tube down the centre so we can build a mine on there. We've got some scrap metal down there that we might want to get to, decide whether that's worth the effort. Okay, should probably get started on this. Need to get over the top of these. See, I've built that there knowing full well it's not going to let me put a... Stupid. I've literally just been talking about how it won't let me do that, and then, yeah, it'll be fine. It's probably a better way to go about it anyway than one stairs instead of various platforms and things. I haven't formed an opinion on wiggly roads yet, because I feel like if you're doing like this, when you watch the beavers run down them, it seems like that is significantly less efficient than doing as straight as possible and having fewer corners. And I've not done the maths on it to solve how many tiles it is, but it does seem like they'll go further, faster in a straight line than they go in one. I'm sure that's a well-known thing. The answer's probably right out there, just a Google search away. But yeah, I don't particularly like ziggy-zaggy lines for paths. Now to get out there, it's quite deep, so I probably don't want to be building loads of platforms. So where are we on bridges? See, 24 planks, that's like 6 platforms worth of planks, and it's going to take me way more than 6 platforms to get out the distance of a 6x1 bridge. So I think we'll go with bridges, just to get out to where we need to be. I mean, at the end of the bridge, we are going to have to build down, but obviously that's just one tower of platforms, rather than a billion. I was contemplating building sort of around, building the tower around one of the bad water sources. Well, that's just using platforms for the sake of it. It's not really going to get us anything ultimately when we get to the top. We are going to have to do the spiral staircases. How much are Where is it? Oh, it's back in here. 3x3 metal platform is 30 bits of metal. Which means I could just build up a single platform, like a single column of platforms, until the point I need to start my stairs, and then I can start it at the bottom with a 3x3 metal platform and use that as the base of the tower. I was watching Skystorm recently, and he was doing like this helix thing with 3x1 platforms, and that was cool, but we've not got nearly enough metal to be playing that game. Yeah, 6 pieces of metal to go. This needs to be wood. I'm hesitant about using the metal for the 3x3 platform. Although we've got 98 and we've got to use it for something. Okay, we'll get this started and then I'll go back to our colony and we'll get that large water storage started. So 6x1 suspension bridge. I like this new tool where you can hold down X, but sometimes it's quite hard to judge where you are. So if we go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think it's that square here, and that'll bring us up level. Yeah. Like historically, that would have taken me like 2 or 3 attempts and been quite frustrating. I know that ideally I would build it here and then have the platform on top, and then you pointed at my screen, then that wouldn't help me with it. So the edge of the platform would be level with the edge of this bridge. But the problem we've got there is they wouldn't actually be able to reach to build. So do I in fact, yeah, what I'm going to do is build 2 here. And that first one is purely to let them build this one. Okay. Get rid of that and then put a 1 here. Because then that'll be there, which I can't build at the moment because of that platform. But I'm pretty sure as long as this tower is done, once I've deleted this, they'll be able to build the platform because they can technically reach the platform from the bridge. So even though they can't reach the point what they're building it on, they can reach the object itself. So I think we'll be okay. There's no one been out here, hasn't there? If they're building this. Oh, no, because I haven't connected this at all. I just saw the little bit of path and assumed it was connected to the rest of my network, but of course it isn't. So they're not going to be getting on with that until I've done this. Nope, thank you. This is all a mess, isn't it? I'm really going to have to tidy this up. It'll do for now. Don't forget to put the road on top of the platform, because otherwise they'll barely be able to reach these steps. They won't be able to reach these steps. They'll just have to build these and then stop, and then in 20 minutes they'll be wondering why nothing's happening. Is there a road there? Yeah. Tell you what, while I'm off doing something else. Oh, I can't. I was thinking about plopping the platform down just so that if they got to the point they could build it, they weren't sat waiting for me to put the blueprint. But I can't, because I need them to build it before I can get to it. Or I can delete the platform and make space for it. So we'll come over here, because that's not going to take up all our builders, because only so many can get it at a time. So this is where large tank. Oop. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. I was thinking about leaving space for a path, but we've got a path just here that goes around anyway, so it's not a huge diversion. It's not like I'm making it so we can't get to any of this. So yep, unlock a large tank. See, already we're down to 15,000 science, and we've not really done anything. You get to a point where you burn through it. Then you stop paying attention and you've suddenly got 100,000 science. That's quite fun on Iron Teeth when you build the clockwork science producing thing. Get a couple of those in. Because the antennae that make your bots better with INT if you use science, but it's at a level where you can keep up with it easily by the time you get to that point in the game. Okay, we've still got 7 injured beavers, and we've got loads of these medbeds. Yeah, just see. That should slow down once our dirt storage is full, because they'll stop working so hard. I did come around here and clear all these logs out because we're running a little bit short on wood when I was building all the foundations. So I cleared these here and a lot of the dead trees I got out of the way. How is this looking? Can't tell because it's night time, because it's always night time. Got 3% over here by our pumps, which is nothing. Going through here, 4%, so that's a little bit more, but that's good because that does mean it's clearing out the pollution. And there's 0 contamination down here, because this pit is all obviously clean at this point. Yeah, so this will probably stay contaminated for quite a long time, until the bad water's evaporated and replaced by the good water. Because you can see it's not actually moving anywhere. Okay, should probably speed things up a little bit. Where is our baker? See why that's so slow? That's our grill. That's him up here. He is quite a long... Oh, I've not prioritised him by hauler. So prioritise him so that Leojin is spending a bit less time running away and getting flour and taking things to storage. Yeah, you can see the carrots and the grilled potatoes. These large warehouses were built at the end of last time. They've had plenty of time to get full. The bread, and I think that's probably just a efficiency issue. Although it's saying 98%. We'll see, we'll keep an eye on it. We're at 314, 319. So hopefully the haulers being available now will help him out, and we'll come back a bit. Oh wow, they love that bread. Do you see how quickly that dropped then? When we hit night time. Nom, thanks. We've got the flour and we've got the wheat, so perhaps we need another baker. Oh no, where did you get on well? What happened? Works at scavenger flag. Oh, just as I said, this guy hadn't got ill. Oh, my guy. Javin. Oh, no. Okay, so what we're going to need to do, because we can't... No beaver left behind. We've got the dandelions, and they're the ones that take the time, really. And we've got berries, so we're going to have to paper. So we'll build the herbalist and build some paper production facilities. Get your herbalist in there. Give that a bit of priority. Oh, dude. And where can we get our paper? We need somewhere with power. Now we're looking here. Wood. Paper mill. Right, if we ram that in there, then that will transfer the power, so we won't need that shaft. We can reroute that path. So yeah, we'll do that. So get an alternate route in here. Get rid of that. Isolate that power for a little while, which is fine because they've both got a little bit of production. So it's not like it's grinding to a halt waiting for this. Not going to be able to get to the door, but that's easily fixed. Can't even flip it because it's some symmetrical building, like the doors in the centre. Ramp that up a little bit. We've got the materials to build it, so it shouldn't take ages. And while they're on that, oh, why are they not saying they haven't got a route to the... How are they getting there? Oh, around the back. Cool, that's handy, because I thought I was going to be cutting all those buildings off them. Oop. Right, let's go. Get some medicine made. Help out Javin. Yeah, he's okay at the moment, he's just done well, he's not contaminated. Still dunking himself in there, isn't he? And that is clean water coming through there now. So yeah. Hopefully by the time he's well, he's not going to immediately get unwell again. How's the herbalist going? That's not the herbalist, that's a herbalist. Yeah, so we're just waiting for a builder. Typical builder, always get nearly the job done. And then go back to bed for the night and come back and finish in the morning. Presumably the beaver builder's charged by the day. So we've got dandelions going in there. Got the berries going in there, so we're just waiting for our paper. And then we can start producing antidote for my little guy. What I will do, just in case something worse happens, we'll allow them to build up a little stockpile of the antidote. You don't need tons, and they can produce it quite quickly. So unless you've got some kind of massive beaver apocalypse. How's the paper thing going? Oh, fine, except there's not a path going to it. Oh, that's inconvenient. Well, that's going to be quite a... Okay. Oh, we have got 2 squares. Ah, damn you, windmill! Oh, what an absolute mess this is. Okay. Well, we're going to have to do this then, aren't we? I was pausing then because I was contemplating just destroying the windmills. Because they're getting on my wires a little bit now. But there are times they're the only source of power we've got, so I probably shouldn't go burning them to the ground, because then we'll have this finished and with someone in it and they can get to it. And there won't be any power to power it. So it won't be in any better position, really. Oh, it's contaminated now. I'm sorry, Javin, with your wild eyes. Using the scavenger flag now, then. That is Af. And there he goes, under the water. I suppose we'll find out the cleanliness of this water if he's suddenly unwell as well. Oh, they built that. Excellent. Okay, so we've got this connected. Just prioritise everything by haulers. It in no way clogs your system up and negates any benefit of having haulers. Got some logs. What are you doing? Oh, it's night time. Of course it is. Come on, we've got sick beavers waiting for you. Go, go, go. Oh, that's the start of a drought. Should be fine. Although it's slightly inconvenient, we've not had a chance to fill that tank up. I don't think it'll make a huge difference. Here we go, churning away. Excellent. Someone's been and picked that paper up. Over to our herbalist. Gin. Got some paper. Don't worry, Javin. We've got you. In he goes. Lovely. See, we've got a couple more antidote ready when he's ready for his next dose. So hopefully he will be fine. Along with Valizaf, if he succumbs. It's done a whole day's work and not done yet, so we must have just had a bit of a swoosh of bad water over here. This is unfortunate because of fresh water's coming in here and going out here. So it does stagnate up here a little bit, so we'll end up with less. But there's definitely bad water getting washed away down here. You can still see it, even though it's a lot cleaner than it was. So it's just a matter of time on that one. I lowered these all the way down in an effort to kind of swoosh a lot of the bad water out, but it's just so deep. Yeah. As the drought kicks in, that's stopped flowing down there anyway. I'll probably just put that up. I don't know how much we're benefiting from it anymore. Because we've taken all that top layer off. We've done what we can. Oh no. Oh, Valizaf, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to be alright. Sorry, mate. We're doing our best for you. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so we've got some water in there because we've got a significant reserve in here. And we've only got like 71 beavers, so it's that one pump with these little backup pumps, which I might retire soon. They're doing fine. Reducing us enough water. And we are able to put water through bad tides and droughts now. So yeah, we're staying on top of that, that's cool. Over here. Oh, hello. Got a bridge in, got most of our platforms in, just waiting for someone to come and finish this dinky little last one. Just in time for it to be the night cycle again. So this guy's going to drop off the logs. There we go, and go home. No, it's fine, come back in the morning, finish it, we don't mind. We're used to it at this point. Oh, please just let me skip night cycles. It's all I want. Just a little option to skip them. And when you've got bots, it's fine. Because it's become a 24/7 operation. I'm always reticent to have bots as haulers or builders. Because if they run out of fuel, that's it. Whatever project you've got is grinding to a halt. Because they will not pass the job on to anyone else and they will just keep crawling towards. Yay! Do we want to unlock it? Yes, we do. Thank you very much. Where is that compared to the top? There we go. Try. Whoop. I do have a few little niggles with this game, like things that disappear when you click off them, which would be really handy for them not to. But I can't fault it, I'm playing the experimental branch. And touch wood, hundreds of hours of gameplay, I've never had a crash, I don't think. And some of the things you can do, it's so clever. So I've had little rants about water physics and saying it's janky and water wheels, but when you get down to it, it isn't really. It's got quirks, but it's consistent within its own rules. And once you understand the rules a bit better, then you know what's going to happen. You know that your waters are going to slosh. You know you're going to get flooding if you've got something that can theoretically handle the flow, but only just, because you will get surges, and if you can't handle the surges, you might be like, oh, it just randomly floods. But no, you're just not handling your surges. Right. Lovely. Time to start putting this in, I suppose. There's nothing stopping us. Once it's built, I might delete the bridge because it will limit the height of one of the gravity batteries. Or I could just not put one on the end and I could have the platforms coming this way and have them line in the platform. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Ha! Fun. That wasn't even on purpose. Okay, so here's the fun in inverted commas. I have a tendency to rush ahead. I think, oh, I'll put the platforms in, put the stairs in, and then realise I've put in twice as many stairs as I need. Because I'll put they're supposed to go in every other layer, and I put them in every layer. Because I'm an idiot. I know I've not put my paths in yet. I'm just kind of getting into the... Once you've got past these first few levels, there's like a pattern to it. I feel like I've done something wrong. Yeah, I could have started doing this sooner. Where instead of 3s and 1s, I should have just been putting 2s and 2s. So I'm not flicking backwards and forwards between them all the time. Yeah, so this is the bit I usually do go wrong, because I'll go, oh, put some ladders in there, put some ladders in there, put some ladders in there. But no, you need every other one. So I shall keep track of where I am, because when you're putting the path in, that's when it will let you know, because your path won't connect. Oh, this cameraman. The music in the background, that's master planned music. The alter ego, or the alias, or just the other channel of City Planner Plays. He does a lot of city skylines. He's also done some Timberborn. I don't think he particularly... No, he does like Timberborn. It's quite amusing watching him play. The last time I watched him play on a stream, it just completely got out of hand for him. He went, right, that's it. And I don't think he's played it since. But yeah, he worked with a musician or a producer or somebody, and he's put together several albums of like DMCA free, royalty free music that people can use for streams. And he's gone through all the paperwork, I assume, of making sure copyright takedowns don't happen, which was really good of him, because even it's like Batrat, who did Unity, you know, that one, he's open, like he encourages people to use the music on the streams, and you still see people having their streams muted and taken down. So it's really nice to be able to use something that you know safe in the background. Plus, it's good. I like it. It's kind of jaunty without being distracting. Oops. I clicked on that. Have I lost track of where I am yet? I don't think so. Although I do need some stairs in there. Getting 3D cameras to work in a nice way is really, really difficult. And you can really tell. So you can build really, especially when you start getting to heights, because there's some constraints on the camera movement. Not as much as there used to be, because they took away the, there was a setting that said unlock camera. And they removed that, and now it's just always unlocked, because the first thing anyone ever did was go into the settings and unlock the camera. But even so, when you start getting high, because the amount you can zoom out is restricted, it starts getting a bit janky when you're trying to work at height. You'll see when I get up there and I'm trying to do my platforms. I've not put any of my vertical power shaft up the centre yet. I'm sure that's not going to cause many problems going forwards. So it's quite fun trying to get your power out onto the platforms as well. Just that last little twisty bit where you're trying to connect up to your gravity batteries. There's some builders who do like these super efficient, like no logs wasted, really clean builds. I do not. What's happening here? Oh, we're that high already. I didn't realise. It's telling me here what was happening. I was like, what's happening? It literally says this cannot be built at this height. Oh, I've gone way too high. It's not as high as I thought it was going to be. What's going on? Oh, the base of that's quite high, isn't it? I might drop some dynamite down and create a tube around this. Once we know where the batteries are going to fall, I might create some places for the batteries to drop down into. Holes. That was the complicated word I was looking for. Some holes in the ground, some channels. Okay, I'm going to have to chop the top off of this, because otherwise I'm not going to have anywhere for my gravity batteries. Okay, we'll do a quick test. Will it let me build that there? Nope, that's too high. Will it let me build it there? Oh, come on, that's crazy. Change request. Higher map. There we go. But because I'm coming out with platforms, is that literally the highest I can build that? I'm gonna have to watch the beavers coming up behind me because they're going to start building them. Okay. So that is as high as we can build them, which means we want that to be the height of our highest overhang. So get rid of that as well. Start one of our overhangs. Okay, so that means we've got another 2 to go up, which means we can have 2 layers of overhangs. Is that going to be enough, or do I want to go like really extreme with it? I'm going to go extreme with it. Yeah, let's go with 3 lots. Let's go 3 lots of overhangs. We'll get rid of that, which means these top of these stairs is where we want to be. So we need to get rid of those. I'm going to slow this down a little bit because they're really catching up with me. How are we doing on bread? I can't remember what the bread was at. I think that's going up, isn't it? Okay. So for the platforms, if we build bush. Oh no, bush. I didn't mean to bush. That's not mine. I'm sure that's trademarked by now. And then we build a 5 on top of the 6. And then build another 6 there. Start with another 5. Do I want that? Yeah, 2 lots of 5, which will leave us a little sneaky bit on the end, where we can have another 6. And we should hopefully still be able to build batteries at that height. Yeah, so I've not messed that up, because that is level at the top of there where we decided. Okay. So these, what we need. Okay, so we've got stairs already coming up. Is that path connected? So what that means is... So 10, 16. Yeah, so we'll have that spare at the end anyway. No, we won't. Yeah, we might get these built and then delete that path and build an extra one at the end. So Google News has suddenly decided that I'm massively interested in what Donald Trump's up to. I am not. Okay, so power. We're going to want a bendy one on the bottom. So there. I have built my vertical shafts before and then realised that I've not actually put a way to break the power out at the bottom. Oh, you can't drag up vertically. Can you drag vertically? No. Seems like a missed opportunity. I'm full of bright ideas, I am. And yet, despite being a developer, I've never actually written a single game, or at least not to completion. So perhaps I'll just shut up with my ideas. And if I want it that badly, go and write it myself. Which I actually suspect I couldn't do if it came down to it. I don't even know how you would manage the logic of dragging vertically. How would it know you're dragging vertically and not horizontally? Although, how does it know you're dragging horizontally and vertically? I should probably stop wondering about that out loud. Right, okay. So we've got the beavers can get up here, the power can get down here. Got places for our gravity batteries. I suppose there's not really any reason we can't start putting those in. Where are we? Power, not science. Gravity battery. We have not got enough metal for all these gravity batteries. Nowhere near. We haven't even got enough metal for the platforms. So, once we've got this in, once they've built up to a certain amount, we're just going to start seeing construction lacks materials notices. Which means our builders won't be doing anything. So I think our builder's main job while that is happening is looking at... Well, that turned out quite nicely. Yeah, looking at increasing our metal output. Okay. Didn't forget to put dynamite down. I was going to blast some holes, wasn't I? Okay, so if I use this new tool, I think that's the end. I think that's the end. Is that the end? Which means I didn't need any of these. I'm going to get rid of that for a second just so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll put that there, so I've definitely got that selected now. X. Oh, you see they're one too close. I'm glad I checked that. Yeah, so I've actually put the dynamite directly under the platform, not offset from it. So now we know that. I love that quality of life improvement, just those little guidelines to help you project where you are in the space. Okay, and over here. Rather than trying to work out the other end, we'll just start from this end and come for it to join up. Okay, so there and then one space out for the 3 wide. Oh, I wonder what happens if you blow down the side of one of those. Let's find out. Yeah, so I can't actually... Do I move the entire thing 1 block that direction? No, no I don't. I think we're going to be fine with this many batteries anyway. So I'm not going to worry about... Because obviously I need this dynamite to go in before the batteries go in. But I think it's going to take so long to do the batteries. It's not something I've got to worry about prioritising. Or that might happen in the wrong order. I don't think there's any danger of having us having all this metal before that dynamite's down. Oh, look, there he is. Absolute hero, died of old age. Sorry, dude. You lived a good life. Okay, let's get the speed back up. See how our watercolour... Oh, look at all this blue over here now. So it didn't... Oh, because we didn't have a bad tide, that's why. But yeah, this is cleaning out really nicely. That's a lot bluer than it was. That we can still see it's quite polluted, but around the edges, even on the far side, that's lovely and blue. Okay, that's just a bad water drain, so nothing running down there. Yep. There's no one else ill who's working in here now. Ridgemar. There's no N in it. Ridgemar. He's not getting ill anyway, so it's clearly cleaned up enough. Cool, so we are gradually turning the world green. Or blue, because we've got hardly any land. Obviously this will go red, and this centre area will go red during a bad tide. And I think we've got some fresh water sources somewhere else. Yeah, down in this one. So this one here is also going to be susceptible to a bad tide. Yeah, so we're never going to actually be able to reliably turn all this blue. We'll have to do a similar thing to over here. Well, that's a project for when we've actually got the capacity for that level of project. Plenty of dirt getting stockpiled. Is this where that mine was? Yeah, so we've got the option for a mine there. Is there another one? I thought there was another one. Oh, or a mine here. So which is the most efficient one to get to? Yeah, it's probably this one. So we are going to have to ring fence this. It won't take as much soil as this one because we had to go around all the water sources on that one, so that was a huge thing. Plus we had to have a wide enough channel. Not that the width of the channel makes that much difference to the dirt used. But we only have to be able to get down here with stairs. So I think what we can do in preparation for the project... How are we doing for wood? Okay, we've got some, but I don't think we've got enough to... I was going to build a little platform with a... what are they called? Goodness me, a pile. A large pile on it and put earth on it. But I don't think we need to be spending the planks on that kind of thing, so we'll just find a bit of land to put the pile on. Squeeze that in there, so we can still get around it. Okay, and we'll set that to dirt and obtain. And that just means when we do start doing this, it's not like a million miles to go and get dirt. Because I had this one here, which we probably don't need anymore actually. So once that's built, I'll set this to empty and then delete all this. Yeah, but we had a little pile of dirt here to get it accessible. Oh, we can get rid of this scaffolding now, get some logs and planks back. Also a good thing about using terrain to do this kind of thing, you don't have to worry about accidentally deleting it. I was going to delete this, but it seems like a little convenient shortcut for them, so we'll leave that in. So if we need planks, we'll see them start collecting that. How are we doing? We've got 1 spare beaver, got 5 injured beavers. Yeah, as we've got this here, I'll give this a little thing. We won't really need to wait as long as I thought we might have to before we start on this. So if we look at the mine, go for the mine's right in the centre. Oh, which does that? Where's that X? Oop. Oh, that's nice, look. Huh. I've just never noticed it not be solid squares before. That looks cool. Yeah, so unfortunately it does mean that our door lines right up with our deep water pump. If we face it in that direction. I might just move the pump. Or just put a little kink in the path. Oh, that'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? Probably going to move the pump. Yeah. When the time comes, we'll move the pump. Just so we can keep things nice and central. It was a bit arbitrary it being there anyway, and it only needs to move up by 1. So we can just reuse 2/3 of those existing platforms. Zoop. Door hole. Oop. Oop. Remind me I put that block there. By accident. Is that out of the top? Now, is that out of the top where we are now, or is that out of the top where it's going to be? Well, these are the same height. Oh no, because they're not actually next to each other, so they're not synchronized. Bonus points if you spotted that about half an hour ago when I did it. What's this we've got incoming? Drought. Okay, that's no problem. Got plenty of time for this to get topped up. Also, it means when I said I'd lowered all those to the bottom to empty it, I hadn't. I'd only load one of them. Oh, it's the same net effect. Okay. So that's poking out the top at that level, and that is as deep as that's going to get. So that's cool. Give them a way to get out there. We'll see how it goes before I start building scaffolding for this, because it really speeds things up. But see, the power is the most important thing, but the power does rely on us having the metal. Okay, we'll have temporary stairs for now. Yeah, because if I move it right at the last minute, that means I can carry this terrain on just for the last bits of training and use that to sit the pump on. Or I could just move the pump miles away. But it's going to take quite a long time to empty this of water anyway. What I might do is put a top on this and then put my pump on the top. Yeah, I'm just faffing at this point. That's going to take a really long time to empty. Just to make sure they can get round. Okay, let's go and see how our power tower is doing. I'm not seeing any buildings like material yet. Just run into that problem where it's so far up the tower now. We're only getting so much done a day. Because they can build through the top, so it's not like they're stuck doing one little section at a time. But it's still quite a long way for them. Oh, that's why I've got more injured. Because I didn't empty this into there, so they're starting to work to fill it up. And that's fine. That's set to obtain. That's set to obtain. And I'll set that to supply. This one over here is just set to normal. So I'll set that to supply. I'm going to set that to empty. It's just a silly place to have it, so I'll just get rid of it altogether. It will gradually empty as space becomes available. And then once it's gone, we can get all these logs and planks back. If I remember to delete them in a way that they can still reach the logs and planks. Although they're not that keen because they've left all these down here. How many planks we got? 46. Come on guys, come and get these free resources sat there. Yeah, so bread's definitely going up because that was 600 before, now it's 800. So it looks like it was an efficiency problem. Just the baker spending too much time going shopping and delivering goods than baking. It's going to be another long-term thing. How long have we been streaming for? Plenty of time. Oh, a big stretch. If the question comes as to why I haven't got a camera or any kind of face reveal type situation, I'm just not set up for it. Where my computer is, where my office is, just the backdrop isn't fantastic, and I just haven't got the inclination to set it up. So that's just it really, just logistics. Has anyone come over and done anything? No, because they're all occupied over here. Yeah. Where are we struggling? That's probably just not very productive because we don't really need explosives. Same with the fluid dump, once it's full it's not really doing very much. Boiling post is only 4 of 10. Yeah, we need more beavers. Now we're alright for food and water. We'll get some more beavers, then we can have some more builders. We can actually have haulers in our haulers posts. I've spun this around so many times, I've lost track of where all my stuff is. Real. I suppose we want to do something about beaver well-being as well. Do we want to go around the corner here? So if we build that there, and then blast away those blocks, we can start coming across the top of here and use that as an entranceway. Hey. Ooh, this is coming on up. Okay. It's going to be a little bit of a BRB moment, but I'm not going to put you on a BRB screen. Just watch making progress with this. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. Oh, I've not made as much progress on this side. I hope they would have done. Has anyone even been out this way? Go over here. Oh, they've done my dynamite. So blow that. Get some more housing in. Yeah, I'm spreading my beavers a little bit thin, which is obviously what this new housing is about, but it does mean that while I'm building the new housing, I'm not getting anything else done. So prioritise this, get this done, because that's just a few logs, which we have. Then hopefully once that's done, where are my builders? Have I got any? Here's one of them. Oh, here they come. Just in time for night time. I wonder where they were. Oh well, at least we started and I'll get finished tomorrow. Drought in progress, we've got 1 day of that left. Oh, and that's cool, that's barely touched anything, has it? Lovely. Still blue, still blue. Not kind of ish dirty blue. What we'd really need is to have our drain over the opposite side of the inlet, and that will really flush things through. But we're not using this area yet. It's not like it's causing us problems, and even if it were, it's blue enough that it's irrigating. No power because there's no wind. Ah, that's a point actually. I've not made any facility to get the power out once we're doing it. Once we've got that in place. Drought ended. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna... Oh, it's gone! I'm gonna prioritise these little bits of dynamite here, because that'll allow us to start building our platforms out. Although if I'm having a platform there, it's actually a waste of time making it deeper, because they won't be able to go there because of the platforms anyway. Yeah. Okay, so I will put it there. I'll put it back in again. And what I'll do is bring the power out the back, which means it won't get in the way. So although we didn't allow for this, it's kind of worked out fine. Yeah, so we'll bring it out at the back of there, which means we can then come across this way and get our power across. Ah, wrong button. Yep, that's in the right place. That new tool is handy as. Nice work, devs. I'm not using overhangs to run my power across just because they're expensive for metal and we don't have an infinite supply of metal. Not yet. We're working on it. Yeah, so just use that to go. We could have... Yeah. Okay, change of plans. That is just a waste. Waste of water, really. Waste of water. Yeah, so instead of doing that, we'll just bring it straight across parallel with the bridge. And then move the path over and bring it, just run it down the coast. There's no point building all those massive platforms just to get it that little bit further across. So, one or two. Cool, okay. And they won't start building this until... probably until we run out of metal and they've got nothing better to do. So I might have to go and No, I don't want to deprioritise all that earthwork we've just done because that is to get us more metal. That was the entire point of it. But the power shafts will be pointless till the gravity batteries are in anyway, and the gravity batteries won't be in until we've got the metal, so... The only time I've ever noticed this game lag is when you get reasonably large colonies. It's like when you build things like terrain that potentially give the beavers other routes. I think it recalculates the route of every single beaver. So every time a beaver lays an earth block, a terrain block, you'll see everything lag. And if you're doing a big project, it gets to the point sometimes where you've just got to sit and watch it, because you'll be trying to drag out a 2x2 square of something. It'll end up like 2x20 because you've got a lag just at the wrong time. But I think that is about the only time that you start having a problem. Just anything that suddenly demands a massive route calculation of everyone that's running around. Which is fair enough, because you'll get a lot of beavers all with their own little missions and a lot of different routes for them. So it's a compliment as much as a criticism. I considered streaming Manor Lords, but I'm just bad at it. I either get immediately destroyed by some other baron or something, or I keep to my own little plot of land and mind my own business and build up a reasonable little village, but then I can't expand because the baron's already taken all the squares. And I try to build up, because once a region, not square, a region, once a region's occupied, it just takes like twice as much influence to try and claim it. And I thought that would be like a diplomatic way of doing it. But the second I got enough collected, like I think it was 2,000 influence or something. The second I tried to claim it, the other guy attacked me with an army that was bigger than my entire population. And honestly, that kind of massive, what am I supposed to do about this defeat, will sort of put me off the game a little bit. It's like if I lose because I'm just not good, or I made some kind of fundamental mistake and I know that if I went back and did it differently I could have won it, fair enough. But if you're suddenly faced with an army that's more people than you have, and the only way to avoid that is to, God, that's horrible. The only way to avoid that is to act quicker and go and claim things. Yeah, it's expanding before you're ready to expand, so that when you do try and expand, you're not immediately annihilated. I wish there was just a bit more of a diplomatic approach to things, because I don't think that the battle mechanic is good enough in the game that you can afford to. Have I missed something out here? I'm not sure that the battle mechanic in the game is good enough that you can kind of rely on that kind of thing. It's not a fun game to get into a fight in. Oh no, it stops there. Oh no! Oh, disaster. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Am I going to be able to get up here? I need a ladder there. Oh, they've built that platform as well. Oh, that's a nuisance. Okay, well, perhaps I have to work my way back down from the top so I don't just end up destroying things for the sake of it. So there. My ladder goes up here, comes down here. Oh my gosh. Come round here to here. So I'll put a path there so we can see what we're doing. Click. So what am I missing? Camera. Oh, it's literally that. That needs to be a... And of course we've built that platform. Sad face. Oh well, there's nothing to be done for it. Click. Bummer. Oh, that was a thing, wasn't it? Oh well, at least we notice now. As opposed to when, I don't know. Can I even get that platform in now? No, this is worse than I thought, isn't it? Because okay, I just need to rejig it and that's all. What I can do is put this on top of here. Which means when I come out of here with a 5, I'm not going to have anything on the end to place that on. Do I need it? Because you could argue I don't even need this. Because there's nothing on it apart from the one above it. No, man. Right, okay, we'll get rid of this. Yep. See, this ultimately could save us some metal. This might be good for us. So instead, we put a 1 and a 1 and a 1. A 1 and a 1 and a 1. And come across here with that. Now where are we? We are here with nothing to put. Oh man. So what was that stood on? That was stood on the end of that. Which we haven't got, so that's the one we couldn't do. Okay. If we delete this, what can we see underneath? That's the top of that there, so we get rid of that. So if we then build the 6, and then the 5, and then the 6, are we back in business? No, what was that built on? Oh, because that... Oh, Serenity now. And we can't build up any higher because we've gone as high as we can for that. Okay. Okay. Can we... No, because this one here, is that a 6? No, it's a 5. Oh, absolute win. So if we put that there, yes, thank you. Let's pretend that we don't know how ugly it's going to be underneath. Well, that's still not solved that problem, is it? Because we got out this far before. It was the last one we were struggling with. Okay. Get the game ticking over again. Okay. So what we can do is come out with a 6 to here. Then we'll come across here with a 2. Which won't work because that's the wrong height, isn't it? This camera's doing my head in. Right, okay. I'm beginning to think we might just not be able to do it. Can we just... If we... Because they don't... There's nothing on here apart from just them getting out there. Okay. Right, so we get rid of that. Build that there. And if we use a 4... then we can put our 6 back on the end of here. So what that means is we can get out all the way and we just lose 1 gravity battery off the end. Which isn't what I would have chosen to do. But it is better than just not being able to. It's just because of where the stairs came out, I think. Yeah, just needing that extra little bit of clearance for those stairs. And I'm not redoing all the stairs. Meant that we couldn't start this platform low enough. And every platform okay, well that was a... Are we happy with that? Am I happy with that? I don't know. There's nothing on that, so I can just get rid of it. Okay. They can't get on this bridge, can they? Because the ropes are in the way, so they can't get on the bridge from here. They've got to get on it from here. So if I build that, they can't get on it because it doesn't recognise it as a thing. So I'm going to have to do. Build that out. Yeah, and if we're doing it, like this platform's not going to serve any purpose other than for access. But we might as well. Triple platform, because we're coming all the way up to the height of the bottom of the last one. Right, so now... Are we okay there? Get these back in. Yeah, and we're just going to lose that one off the end, which is okay because we've got surplus to requirements. And then if we really miss that last one, put that there. And this one won't be able to fall as far as the rest, but it will still have a pretty reasonable capacity. And then once everything's built, we won't really need this path, so we can delete this path and put another one there. Well, that was nearly bad, because if they'd have built all of that, and then, or as much as they could, and then I realised they couldn't actually get to both the batteries, that would have made me sad. Why can't they get to that? Oh, don't tell me after all that this is something else. Or have they just not built this yet? Yeah, they just haven't built this yet, that's all. Because then once they built that, they will be able to get to this. Phew! Okay. Some ugly power shafts there. Yeah, that was all a little bit disappointing, but we're under our way. What time is it now? Yeah, about 20 minutes left. Trying to stream about 2 hours. I usually play this at 4K, but I've dropped it down to 1080p because that's the highest you can stream on Twitch. And I've got to say, it doesn't make a ton of difference, it's just my fan's quieter. Have we got anything going on over here? Yeah, so we've had some spare beavers that could build some steps, but because we've not run out of metal yet. Oh, but we've got these, so how are we doing? Oh, I've got 15 beavers not working. I've not been paying attention to that at all. So that's nice and full. Let's get another builder's thingy in place. Where can we stick that out of the way? Plonk them over here, I think. Or am I going to be lowering this at some point? Because it doesn't really matter where they are, does it? Or do they go all the way to work and then do they go all the way to the office before they go out? And we'll put it there. Doesn't need power, doesn't need to be there. But it's somewhere that's not quite so easy to get power to because they don't need it. I'm going to put it over here. Hurry that along a little bit, then we'll have extra hands to help us with everything. That bread's still building up. Not as fast as I might like though. Let's go and see the efficiency of our baker. He's 95% productive. I just need another baker. In our messy, messy little village. Bakery. Bloop. How is this doing? This is full and everything, so I'm going to pause that. Not that I particularly like having the pause logo over the top. I haven't done very much for well-being for quite a while. Give him a little contemplation spot. And get rid of some of these roads and make some space. Little contemplation spot. It would be good if you went to like try and build on a road. It offered to say, like, confirmed you want to destroy the road. So you'd have to click out, delete it, click back in again. Get a couple of those in. Another beaver statue. How's this over here? I've not prioritised it. I've prioritised the workplace, not the construction site. I do that quite a lot. Sometimes I go to pause a build and accidentally pause the game. How are we going? Won't build that yet. Yeah, I think things have stalled just a little bit as it's so far up here and they can only reach so much. Those new builders will certainly help us out with that. Wherever I've put them. Yay, we've got some 4 more builders on the go. Just keeping half an eye on the food situation. Now I've introduced all those new beavers, just to be on the safe side. We have got quite a few beavers without jobs, but we haven't got many injured beavers at the moment. So I might keep them as overhead, so as the injured beavers kick up, if they kick up, we can replace them. Because we'd have some pretty severe shortfalls when we had a lot of dirt being excavated. And we will be building more workplaces. I know I said I wouldn't have to prioritise this dynamite, because they would be able to get to it before we had enough metal for the power batteries. It'd be a shame to be wrong, so we'll just get it done as and when they can. As and when they can reach it. How are we doing for metal? Yeah, see, I've only got 84. We've been pretty stagnant with that. Plenty of scrap, but we've only got 1 smelter. And we haven't really got the power to be banging in loads more industry. Oh, but this is happening. Lovely. Nice little walls getting built. What I might do, I don't want to scaffold out the entire thing, but if I put that cheeky little platform in there, then once this column's built, they'll be able to then start attacking it on 2 fronts. So it's still not crazy fast, but twice as fast as it would have been otherwise. In the water? Yeah. Oh, look how lovely and blue that's looking. Nice. What have we got coming in next? From a drought. Yeah, when I did this off camera, oh man, you'll be so glad that I spared you it. It was about 5 cycles it took them to do that. And while there was a little bit of excitement when all this started flooding because I didn't have the capacity, and we did have a little bit of a food crisis at one point, but not massive, it took ages. I considered putting a stream up, kind of flagging that I wouldn't be talking because I was working in the background, that just showed this being built. So it would just be like a bit of background and viewing. But I didn't realise that until it was about 90% done, and then it just didn't seem worth it. Nothing else. The graphics card's whizzing away, keep my office warm. I've just realised something I could have done. Okay. Instead of all this happening, I could have... Oh, I thought that'd fit there. That's frustrating. Like each corner. I know you're working on it, guys, and I'm really sorry, but it's better to do it now. Yeah, so every third one can actually be a windmill. And these large ones do take paper. And I haven't got any paper in storage. But these are just like bonus, really. I will put some paper storage in. Oh, I should also join that back up so that we can actually... Can I? No, I can't. I'm never going to get one in there. I'll get it in here. See if I can squeeze one in just here. Yep. And I think it'll be that one for this. There we go, that'll help. Slightly makes a slightly better use of all that space. Yeah, I was so focused on getting the power back, I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing there. How are we doing up here? Oh, the metal is going up a bit actually, because we're not... Yeah, we're still building the wooden things, and they've got to the point where they're one at a time. Okay. But it's coming on, it's getting built, and they can actually get up there now, so that's cool. Over here, our extra builders are beavering away. I'm going to have to prioritise that, because otherwise they won't build it until all this is done, which will be pointless. Excellent stuff. So once that's built, we will have to wait a significant amount of time for this to be dry, unless I put a pump in there or something. Then build that in there, our metal, because our scrap metal, we're burning through this pretty quick. And I don't necessarily want to have to get to the bottom of there to get that. So rather than... This does sometimes have bad water in it. So rather than messing around trying to extract that, we'll just bite the bullet and start mining it. Right, skip a step. We've still got enough here to keep us going. It'll get the power tower built and we'll have enough left to build on mine. I think that takes metal, doesn't it? Oh no, treated planks. Yeah, so we've got most of what we need for that, although we are running low on logs, so we might have to do a tree farm soon. But we're running low on logs because of this monstrosity. Paper, that's what I wanted, paper storage. It's all very tight over here. Clear some space. So much going on, we're going to have to prioritise this. But we're pretty close to the explosives factory. Is that where is that dynamite? Yeah, so we've got to get this in short order. Oh, somebody at the door, excuse me. That's that dealt with. Sorry about that. Guys, getting the dynamite in. Obviously they can't reach around this, so I'm going to have to detonate this. Yeah, now they'll be able to get to that. I mean, why is it running up and down the stairs to answer the door make you more out of breath than a 5k? Okay, storage, medium warehouse. Plonk. So I was hesitating because I'm aware I'm putting that somewhere with power. Am I going to want that? But I've got the power wraps around anyway, so it'll be fine. Paper. No wind, no water. How are we doing over here? Checking on these guys. What? I did not think that was going to be first on their list at all. And that is actually hooked up, so that means once all this is in, we will have an active gravity battery on the system before anything else is built. Oh, how strange. It must have just been able to reach it, because I certainly didn't put it in before the platforms. Or did I? That's a good little bonus, because that is the one that's connected to the power. So hopefully as they build, they'll build them in such a way where we haven't got a load of batteries not hooked into the system. Oh, groovy. I mean, it does require us to build. we would have a gravity battery on the system now, but because I've put all these windmills in, we've now got to wait for all the windmills. So, surprise rather than celebration, because at the moment it's just sat there with all that power in it that we cannot get to. But it's a big project, it's not all going to be done at once. That's the end of the drought. It's absolutely typical. We had bad tide after bad tide after bad tide, and I was really struggling to keep this clean. It's really a problem. And since we've finished this, droughts, which we were fine with. Droughts were actually helpful at one point. So I've got no idea if this cleansing system's going to work. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. But, you know, it's nice to check. So if we end up in a situation where both of these are closed and there's still bad water flying out, that is something I'm concerned about actually, because if you think about it from the other direction, we'll get all this being polluted, this will close, but we've got a load of fresh water trapped down here, so the contamination won't happen at the end, it'll all be up here. So it'll fill and fill and fill, and then all the bad water will just go bloop over the top before these have a chance to open. So when the next bad tide starts, I'm going to have an eye on it, just in case I need to manually open these. And if that happens, that means we're going to have to cap this to stop it overflowing in the event of a bad tide. And that's quite a large area to cap. Have I even left? Yeah, so we've got enough tiles around the outside where I think we'll be fine. It's not like we're going to have to build on top of the water sources if we plan correctly. But yeah, I am a little bit worried about that, because there's no point keeping all this clean if every time bad tide starts it just goes boop over the top and pollutes it all again. Oh, that's empty now, so I can delete all that. Tentatively. Don't want to delete that platform. Oh, I forgot to make it so they could... Yeah, I'll leave that one in so they can still get to this. No, it's not roads, is it? It's levees you've got to do that with. So I'm trying to push the rubble over so they can get to it. And then delete this. And now they can actually get to all that stuff. Because that's quite a lot of logs and planks, I don't want to just leave it there. Can we get this please? Thank you. It's just only down to 49 logs. But there's a lot of wood in this. Because when we were building all this centre area, we weren't using a load of wood. So we did get quite a large stockpile up until I started building scaffolding to speed things up a little bit. Is this happening now? That's it, we're up to the top. So it's not onwards and upwards, it's onwards and outwards. How are we doing for paper? 19 paper. Does that mean they're not building this? Or why would they build it? Oh, I'm not gonna... It's so tempting to go around prioritising things. So I'm like, oh, I could just get a bit more power in the system if I just had these, a couple of these on. But we are going to need metal, which means we do need the smelter to have power. And at the moment we're running at a deficit even when everything's going. And it's not night time. Yeah, so we're always like 500 short anyway. Which is in part why one of these is turned off. Yeah, it's probably worth it for the longer term efficiency if we just get a couple of these hooked into the system. And they all need building eventually. I wonder how all my paper's been going, because he's working away. Yeah. I don't want to go around prioritising everything. Prioritise, prioritise, prioritise. Oh, the music stopped. Must have got to the end of the playlist. See, there's one of these that's really groovy and I really like it. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, dog's walking. Wonder if that's an homage to cats walking. I suppose I ought to do the thing where I consider asking you to, or I ask you to consider following or liking or subscribing or whatever. Follow on Twitch is free. A subscription on YouTube's free. I mean, if you've got this far through on YouTube when it's just a video on demand, because I do archive all my Twitch streams off onto YouTube, then well done, because we're far away, we're 2 hours in now, so it'd be time to call it a day soon. But yeah, if you could you can bear to have us in your follow list, we'd really appreciate it. Also feel free to comment if you'd prefer us to be playing something else. or just interested in seeing something else, you've got an idea for the colony or something that I'm missing, I will gladly take the engagement even if it's telling me why I'm an idiot. Here we go, got one of those in place. And immediately the wind stops. Yeah, the windmills and the power tower combination are definitely a good way to go. But it takes a lot of getting there. We are behind schedule in this build because we had to do a mega build before we were ready. And getting this, I mean, wow, that's not a this early in the game project. But it needed doing because we were just running out of fresh water. Every time there was a bad tide, it was slightly worse than the time before. And if we didn't get a drought that helped clean everything up, we were really struggling. Every single one of these ponds was red. Well, that's full up now, look. Nice. And it's looking very blue. What's the down? Yeah, 0% contamination, but we haven't had a bad tide for quite a while. That platform's in, so they're building from both sides, which will get this blocked off. I'm a bit twitchy about this. I do think that this is just going to splurge over the top when we get a bad tide. Just by the nature of this long path. It'll just be clogged with clean water, so these won't know to open. Yeah, I'm going to keep it manual. I'm going to keep an eye on it manually. Because I don't want to spend all the resources. So if we use platform, it's metal we haven't got. Like overhangs rather. It's metal we haven't got. And if we just use the triple platforms to get up there, and it's a lot of wood. Just so I don't have to click a button. So ultimately yes, right now, no. I wonder how deep that hole's gone. That'll give us some idea how... Wow, I didn't realise how high up we were. Look how deep that's gone. And I'm pretty sure they drill right down to the bedrock. Gonna have some blasting to do around here, which I haven't checked if it's ready or not. Yeah, so that's not because they can't get to it. So it's a good job we got this done in advance. Because these ones, we can actually get off the edge of there anyway, so we don't have to rely on the platforms. Boom, 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 boom. Did that make any difference? Yeah, it's added 8,000 to that already. So definitely worth doing. Especially now we know how deep we are. Do the same around the other side. Like how they get that little kind of bloop in the water as the water below it drops, and then it has to like fill itself in. I'm easily pleased. Oh, cool's cool. I was going to blast... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, optical illusion. I was going to blast down there, but there's no point because it's over the bridge, so I won't gain anything anyway, so we'll just leave it. Remember to prioritise these or they won't do it. Get some in there. That is the bottom. We're already there. Oh, so it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Do I even need triples there then? What is that? Let's see. Yeah, that's... Is that only one? Oh, I can't tell. Yeah, that's level, isn't it? So that's only one deep. I need ones there. Yeah, so save the extract. And that means around the other side. That's probably overkill. But they're in now, so I won't worry about it. Ah! So I suspect this will only go down about one. Yeah. We're down at the bottom on that side now, I think. No, that's good though, because that means we're maximising things. And how we're looking with this. Yeah, so 62,000. So that's by blasting out that hole there from where it was, that's an extra 12,000 stored energy on one battery. So it's worth doing across the entire lot. Just check our priorities are right for this dynamite. Is that the bottom there? Did it tell us? Yeah, that's the bottom. That's how we found out, wasn't it? Because we couldn't build anything. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, so that's really coming on. How are we doing with metal? Things have gone... I mean, we've not got enough metal to do it, but it's certainly gone better than I thought it was going to. I thought we were going to get to like a couple of platforms in and not be able to do it. Oh. Cool, I don't think we've got anywhere that anyone can get stranded, so that's nice. Excellent. How are we doing with our windmills? So these windmills have been built. Now that's brought us up to quite close to equilibrium now. As long as we've got water turning, which we don't always. So just to get us over the edge, get another windmill on the mix. I'm quite excited to see a bad tide now. Or at least one where I'm paying attention. Because you know if it's, I'll wander off to make a cup of tea thinking it'll be fine. And it won't be. How are we doing for food? So everything else is full to capacity. Bread, that is creeping up. Did we build the extra baker? I remember talking about it. Yeah, we just never prioritised it, so... Just waiting for the logs. That's so close to finished. We'll just get that over the edge. Yeah, so whenever we've got spare builders that can't be doing anything else, rather than coming and finishing this, they will come in and doing this. Which I don't mind because they both need doing, but that was so close. Oh, didn't say to do bread. Once our power's sorted, then we can start really focusing on things like tree farms and food farms, like farms. Then we can even set aside some land for our aquatic farmers, because now we know what depth we sat out here. We can blow out some, build up some, create some rectangular pastures for our cattail and our spadadoc. Cattail? Yeah, is it cat tail or cattail? I do not know. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is going now. It was touch and go there for a while when everywhere was red. Cool. Alright guys, so I might call it a day. Might leave the game running a bit longer just to make some progress on this. Oh, that is it already, look. Yeah. So then we can start the next video fresh with a new project. By the time that's done, this over here will probably still be working on it. So there'll be a lot. Try and decide how to drain that water off, or whether we do or we'll just leave it to evaporation. This is probably going to slow down quite soon though. We've got enough metal for 6 gravity batteries. Have I prioritised those? Oh no. Oh, it's because they can't get to them. Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely stable. We could do with some more wood. Food seems fine, a bit more variety would be nice, which again is going to be a tree farm because we're going to want some maple and some chestnuts. Now we've got reliably green areas, we can start doing things like that. Lovely stuff. Alright guys, I shall leave it there, but I hope you have a great day. If you've watched the video this far, congratulations, but also a little like or subscribe or follow or whatever's appropriate, whatever you want to do, would be greatly appreciated. Or even just a comment. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good one.